Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. Thank you for joining us again. We want to give a shout out to all of our amazing subscribers out there. Thank you so much. Hello to all of our new viewers, our old viewers. We hope you like what you've been seeing and we hope you hit that subscribe button. Today we have a story to share with you.
So before we started on our home buying process, we did a lot of pre-work. We paid off all of our debt. Go check out our debt-free videos. We saved up an emergency fund just in case something happened. And we also saved up a good down payment for a house. In addition to that, we had a very good credit score. And so all of these things put us in a good position to purchase a home. But there are some rules you have to follow while purchasing a home. And if you don't follow those rules, you could end up losing your new construction build before you even get it.
So there are a few rules that you have to follow that are highly recommended for you to follow when you're building a new construction home. One is to not add to your debt. So whatever debt that you already have when you get ready to apply for your mortgage and they're already looking over your financial portfolio, you don't want to add anything else to that during that time. You also don't want to make any large purchases, and they will tell you this over and over again. Even in our case, you wanted to purchase furniture and things like that. Even though it would have been in cash, we were still told no big purchases no matter what. And the last thing is to not under any circumstances quit your job. And so we broke that last rule.
So after being at this relatively new job for only 5 months, I realized that that was not the place I wanted to be. You know, my values mean a lot to me, and with the type of work that I do, it's very important to me that we are being honest and fair, and that we're treating those that we're serving to the best ability that we possibly can. And that wasn't happening in the environment that I was working in. And so that was really bothering me every single day that I went to work. So I decided one day that I was just gonna quit. And I did it. And I went to Lisa and I said, babe, I'm sorry, but I just quit my job. And her being the amazing wife that she is, she said, I understand. She gave me a nice hug. And then we decided to just go ahead and move forward with plans on how we were going to overcome this challenge that we had just entered into. And so Lisa was an amazing helpmate during that time, and she kind of led the process on helping us kind of, make sure we weren't going to lose the house that we had just signed a contract for a few months earlier.
Yeah, so it wasn't anything that was planned, like Vincent said. It was just kind of a build-up of a lot of thoughts and feelings he was having. And so when he came around the corner and told me I quit my job, I was a little surprised, but I wasn't shocked, right? Because I was aware of the things that were going on and what he was feeling. And our generation tends to remove ourselves from organizations that don't align with our values. And so that's something we share in common in terms of how we operate. And so it wasn't a shock to me, but I immediately went into, okay, what's the game plan? That was the mode I went into right off the bat. And so we were thinking, what are we gonna do? We're kind of swaying in the wind here. Who do we call? What do we do? And so we made the decision to call our realtor as soon as we could and tell her the situation and give her all of the details. And she was very supportive and very understanding with us. We love her. We give her shout outs all the time. And so the next step that she recommended was for us to definitely talk to our mortgage loan officer and let them know the full situation. And we did that as well. And so we went from the beginning of the story to the end of the story, how everything played out, Vincent's reasons for making the decision, because again, this was a no-no in the home buying process. And so we wanted to be completely honest and share that it was a situation that had to happen. It wasn't something that we were taking lightly. And so we communicated with him. Our mortgage loan officer was understanding as well. And because of everything that we had done ahead of time, he was really comfortable with telling us, well, it's the builder's decision but I will advocate for you all because you all have done everything right so far, and I totally understand the situation, and so that really put us at ease even though we broke a major rule.
Yeah, and so we can only assume, because we don't know why they decided to be so helpful to us, but we can only assume that some of the reasons why they were willing to work with us during this period of transition was, one, because we had a very good financial portfolio when we decided to even purchase a house, meaning we had all of our down payment inside of the bank ready to go. We weren't touching it at all. We also had an emergency fund that we could pull from during this period of transition, so we weren't being impacted negatively financially. And then also, every single time our loan officer, during the approval process that you have to go through, asks for documents, within an hour, we were able to give them those documents. So it made their job a lot easier also. And they didn't have a lot of things that they had to dig and push and ask us for. We were just very proactive in making sure that we responded as quickly as we could to any requests that they had prior to this even coming up. And so because of those situations being in play, because we were open and honest with them at the very beginning, we can only assume that that's why they were willing to work with us. Our loan officer shared with us that, there have been similar situations with other clients and they tried to hide it from them. And because they tried to hide it from them, they eventually found out, and the person ended up losing the house, even though they had gotten a new job and all this stuff, but they weren't honest with them. And so if you ever do find yourself in some type of situation where you break any of the rules that they have, be honest with them and let them know what your plan is to overcome this issue. And that's exactly what we did. We told them, hey, we're going to be aggressive in my job search, even though I want to make sure that the place that I do land is a place that I will feel comfortable at and that aligns with my values. But we're going to be aggressive and we're going to get out there. And I told them within a month, I am going to have a job. Now, I know that was a huge ask, right? But hey, it worked. Within a month, I had a job in a place that I was happy at. And I ended up with multiple offers, which was a blessing. And there were some that I turned down, even though we were on a timeline to find a job. There were jobs that I turned down because I knew it wasn't the type of work that I wanted to do or in the type of environment that I wanted to do it in. But I eventually landed in a place that is amazing. It aligns with my values and the type of work that I've been wanting to do for a while. And so everything kind of just worked out as it was supposed to. And obviously we ended up in our amazing new home. And so we have to give kudos to our realtor for having our back and just talking us up and supporting us. We were coming to inspection meetings with the builders and stuff, and we're still in kind of this limbo. But every time we saw her, she talked us up and gave us some good words of encouragement, but also to our amazing loan officer who, advocated on our behalf. Even though the decision wasn't his, he continued to advocate with the builder and let them know that we are doing everything we can to get a new job. But either way, we still have all the funds that we need in order to close.
Yeah. So we definitely wanted to share this story with you all because we know so many are going through this home buying process as first-time buyers and or new construction. And so we wanted to share those important rules, but also that if you have done that preparation and if you're honest and you're in touch with everyone throughout the process, it is possible to see it through still if you face that situation. And so we're so grateful that we did have that as a part of our journey because it helped us grow, it helped us learn, and now we can help others learn and grow as well. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. We love our subscribers, we love our viewers. Thank you all so much for taking this journey with us. And we'll see you in our next video.
All right, peace.